midnight shadows. The sleek silver plane cut through the dark sky, its engines humming softly as the passengers settled into their seats for the overnight flight. The cabin lights were dimmed, creating an atmosphere of tranquility as the tired travelers hoped to catch some sleep before reaching their destination. Among them was Emma Dawson, a vibrant young woman with an infectious smile and a promising future ahead. She was a regular traveler on this flight and knew most of the crew. She had embarked on this journey with high hopes, unaware that it would be her final one. Little did she know that the night would bring about a sinister turn of events that would forever change the lives of those on board. As the cabin crew moved quietly about offering blankets and refreshments, the lights were momentarily switched off, allowing everyone to drift into slumber. It was during this darkness that a vile act was committed. A poisonous substance was slipped into Emma's drink, unseen by the drowsy eyes around her. The culprit had meticulously chosen this moment, knowing that the absence of light would provide the perfect cover. Hours later, as dawn began to break, the cabin lights flickered back on, signaling the start of a new day. The passengers stirred in their seats, rubbing their eyes and stretching their cramped limbs. But what awaited them was a shocking discovery. The flight attendant, Mary Thompson, walked down the aisle with trays of breakfast, only to stumble upon Emma's lifeless body slumped in her seat. A gasp escaped from Mary's lips as she dropped the trays, attracting the attention of the other passengers. The captain was informed, and the plane descended into a tense silence. The crew tried to maintain order, but the whispers of disbelief and fear spread through the air like wildfire. Coincidentally, among the passengers was Inspector David Reynolds, a seasoned investigator known for his sharp instincts and unwavering resolve. He had been on his way to a conference when fate intervened, placing him at the scene of the crime. The captain recognized him and immediately sought his assistance in solving this perplexing mystery. Inspector Reynolds wasted no time, meticulously examining the crime scene. His sharp eyes surveyed every inch, searching for subtle clues that might lead him to the truth. A half-filled glass sat on the tray table, its contents unknown and potentially lethal. Beside it, a torn photograph of Emma Dawson and an unidentified person had been deliberately ripped in half, obscuring the identity of the other individual. Inspector Reynolds carefully collected the torn edges, recognizing the significance of the concealed person. But it was the note that caught his attention, adorned with a cryptic poem. In shadows deep where secrets sleep, a web of darkness, dark deeds to keep. Beneath the veil of night's embrace, a life extinguished without a trace. Beware the smile that hides a knife, for envy, vengeance, the seeds of strife. The inspector shortlisted 4 suspects, including Mary, the flight attendant. They were brought in for questioning. The first suspect, Mr. Jonathan Barnes, was a wealthy businessman returning from a lucrative deal overseas. The motive, though unclear, could have been a business rivalry or a personal grudge harbored by someone he had crossed paths with during his trip. The second suspect, Mrs. Laura Miller, was a disgruntled employee who had recently lost her job. Her resentment towards the world and her desperate need for money made her a potential candidate. Financial gain could have been her driving force. The third suspect, Dr. Robert Anderson, was a renowned scientist known for his groundbreaking research in the field of toxicology. While his expertise made him an intriguing suspect, his motive remained a mystery. Perhaps a sinister experiment gone wrong had led him down this dark path. Lastly, the flight attendant Mary Thompson found herself under scrutiny. She had a long-standing feud with Emma stemming from an incident in which Emma had inadvertently embarrassed her in front of the entire crew. Could her anger have fueled a murderous revenge? The police were anxiously waiting at the airport, ready to apprehend the killer as soon as the flight landed. As Inspector Reynolds delved deeper into the lives of the suspects, he discovered a web of interconnected secrets, hidden grudges, and unspoken motives. Each suspect had their own reasons to harbor ill feelings towards Emma, and the question remained, who had crossed the line from anger to murder? As the plane touched down, the tension in the cabin was palpable. The passengers were held back momentarily while Inspector Reynolds revealed his findings to the authorities waiting at the gate. The time had come to unmask the killer and bring justice to Emma Dawson. If you can guess who the killer is based on the clues, motives, and photos, then write your answer and your detailed justification in the comment section. If the number of answers reach 1,000, I will publish the correct answer in the next episode of Department of Mysteries. See you soon.